Sherry, hello. Cat, hello. TM, hello. JK, hello. Everybody, hello. Hello. Good evening. Let some motherfuckers come on in here. Damn, these bananas are hard to open. Gonna let some more people come in here. We'll start picking topics, seeing what the hell we're gonna discuss. Gee, I wonder what could be on everybody's mind this week. I don't know. Could be anything. Chris Larson, Eric, Chris Rodell, hello. You hope I'm well? I'm finer than Frog here. Just getting a little last minute snack in before we really get cranking here. We got about 32 people in here now. Ren, thank you very much. Granby, hello. Heidi Ho, Neighborino, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I'll put the rest of that nanner to the side for a moment because I know I'm going to get the munchies later. We got to get the fans turning in the right direction here. We just call it Taco Tuesdays. I'm not really eating taco. I don't really eat tacos on the live. Saw you yesterday at Walmart buying a bunch of baby oil in plastic bags, talking about you're going to a party in Los Angeles. Seemed very excited, saying it's your first time. Just checking you good. I think that you need to have your head and your eyes examined, my guy. I like that you let people know what's going on. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. How's the garden? Dying. Dying a slow but sure death. Cucumbers are dead. Zucchini is dying off rapidly. All the broadleaf, the lettuce, the broccoli, the cauliflower, that's all gone. We're still cranking out jalapenos. We're still cranking out bell peppers. And we're still cranking out some tomatoes. Conley, Sherry, hello, hello. I don't know if you take this as a compliment, but I love that you love women and are one the good men we have in this world. I don't know about the whole good part, but I love my woman. I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? Happy Tuesday. Can I please be a mod? I've got a handful of mods. They're doing a good job. If I need more, I'll reach out. But I appreciate asking. My jalapenos are going crazy. Our jalapenos are off the chain. I've got whatever, a dozen and a half jalapenos sitting on the kitchen table right now, and I've got a shit ton more on the plants. They just keep shitting out jalapenos. Honey, welcome in. Honey B33. Hello from New Mexico. Hello back at you. Tomorrow's your birthday. Well, happy almost birthday. Pie and a Tom live. Better not be none of that goddamn sweet potato pie. Do you play the guitar? No. Ugh. What is this? There's another fellow on YouTube here that looks very similar to you. He has a beard, mustache, and gray hair as well. Maybe Buddy's getting confused with him. I'm sure there are a lot of gray-haired men on YouTube now. Our generation is starting to find some success and grow some platforms here on YouTube. If you guys could tap the hell out of the screen, just like on a TikTok where we're looking for likes, and share the live. There's going to be a little arrow down here. Share it on your Facebook page. Tell people to come in. Share it on your Twitter, your Instagram. Text it to... That's the dog out there. What are we smoking tonight? The same thing we smoke every night. Marijuana. Do you pickle your jalapenos? No, we don't have the room to like jar, can, and pickle. So we consume or give away. We need to figure out how to be able to do that and figure out the space for it, because we do have a big garden and it's only going to grow in space, because it's something that gets me out of the house and keeps me moving a little bit in the summertime, and I think it's a better use of my time than a lot of other things I could be doing. I've been sharing your Charlie Kirk videos on my Facebook page. Welcome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You want to learn how to pickle? Well, just, drink heavily, I imagine. No, I'm just joking, of course. I've had birthday cake before. I don't really care about the names. Just whatever is available. How's the weather up there? It's hot. It's like really hot. Like 80s and 90s. Excuse me for slurping there. 80s and 90s, and that's vile. That's disgusting, especially for this time of year in this area. It should be topping out at 75. What is this here? Governors of blue states should sign an executive order declaring ICE a military. If it looks, yeah, I don't think that they can do that, but they can definitely push back like they are to a certain extent, probably a little bit harder. Leaves are changing quickly. We are experiencing some leaf changeage. Are we not? Okay, Lexi, that's a trick question. You asked, do I own a lot of grass? In what regard? Here today. Ontario leaves are definitely changing. What is hate speech? I thought it's free speech. Well, you do have free speech, but you also have limitations to your free speech. You can't say something that's libel, otherwise you can be sued. You can't say something that incites a riot, for example. The old saying, you can't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. There are limitations to all of our rights. You emailed the Lake County. Okay. Appreciate your videos. Keep exposing the idiots. They just pop up. Can you grow your own weed there? If you have a medicinal card, you can grow up to 5 plants. If you consume for recreational purposes, you can grow none. It is forbidden. Sorry, there are 171 people in here. The comments are going by quickly, and so I'm going to try and catch as many of them as possible. If not, circle back, but don't spam. Watch you all the time. Bud from Ireland, thank you very much. My YouTube algorithm is weird. I'll go from puppet singing to some lady talking to Christ to this guy that seems like he's really cool. Well, appreciate I made the rotation. You want to grow herb always? I mean, listen, it's cheaper, right? First time actually scrolling through live, and luckily I found this. Every other video is about Charlie Kirk being a saint. Well, Saint Charlie, that is going to be the most popular tattoo in the weeks and months to come, I would imagine. Do you play video games? No, I do not play video games. Much greetings from Norway, and to hell with the orange dumb blimp Donald Trump, because most Norwegians are laughing at Donald Trump every day. So do most Americans. That's a shit ton of purple hearts. Thank you very much for that. Article 1, Section 10, Clause 3 of the Constitution gives states the right to defend themselves. Yes, I understand that, but there are also limits to everything, so let's, Chattanooga, hello. I remind you of somebody in a sitcom TV. Interesting. Be careful mentioning St. Charlie. They might recommend visas or citizenship. I kid. Wisconsinite mom says Jesus doesn't love you, Sarah. Jesus Christ, here we go. We're gonna just get fucking get a little bit nutty early on. We're only 10 minutes into the live here, and people are already. Are we having issues? Are we having issues? You got to be a scientist to grow good weed. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? It's like it's next level nowadays. You don't just pop some seeds in an egg carton and let them grow. You know what I mean? What was that? Do I sleep? Yeah, actually, I'm in bed and out like a light usually before 10:30 every night, and then up at it like 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning. I mean, they can mention their religion. I don't mind if they mention their religion. It just, I'm not going to really participate in it. You know what I mean? Suddenly, lots of bots in your comment sections. Yeah, I saw that. Who knows what's going to happen? Are you liberal or leftist? I'm liberal. I'm a center-left liberal Democrat. Michigan rocks. Okay. Hello from Meritus Islands. Hello, Sherry Conley. Hi, Tom, everyone else. Thank you very much. What do we have here? Now, I'm not much of a weed guy, but it's becoming so common. I tend to wonder about something lightweight like gummies, just overwhelming the choices for weed products. No, there's something for everybody out there. And here's the thing. Alcohol was outlawed, and then we overturned that decision. Obviously, we repealed the prohibition, but the black market didn't go away, right? And it wasn't available necessarily everywhere right away. And that's going to be like weed. Eventually, in the world that my children will be my age in, would be my guess, that we're going to live in a world where they will live in a world where it'll be as commonplace as alcohol. And my grandchildren will live in a world where, it'll be, just as cool to grow your own herb in your garage as it is to brew your own beer. You know what I mean? Are you late? No. Yes, we are everywhere. And I know that's not the Weir you're talking about. You're referencing Bobby Weir, of course. But yes, we're everywhere. Quite literally. Fucking everywhere. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Please don't forget to like the live here and share it if you can possibly share it. Just over to your Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or Bluesky or Threads or Substack, wherever the fuck you can share it to. I think the most urgent. Yes, THC levels are definitely on the rise. I think the most urgent issue are the files. I agree with that. I think that we cannot let them continue to sweep it under the rug. Sharing is caring, but here's the thing. I can't share it with anybody. Forgive the mess in my room here, but it's just, I mean, I got some shirts on my chair. I don't have any, there's nobody here to share it with. I got the one chair. I got one folding chair back there. That's there, because I don't have many guests, but somewhere for somebody to sit. But there's no one to pass it though. It's me. Tom, what do you think of us making a units of time song listing all 66 units of time? You don't have to watch it. I just want to know what you think of it. I mean, if that's what your jam is, then do it, man. How am I? Fat and sassy, baby. I had a very productive day of making content. Tomorrow morning, I'll get all that content scheduled up for you fine folks, and yeah, it's a good day so far. Knock on wood. That's when everything goes sideways. Thank you for doing what you're doing. That's the thing. Is it's really weird because I've been doing it for fun for so many years, and then everybody's like, well, no, it's really important. I just give my opinions on shit, and then all you guys show up and listen to it. So, you're welcome. It was never meant to try and make a change necessarily, just to kind of argue with people and tell them, no, you're wrong. That's not what's happening. This is what's happening. How has Patel lasted so long? It's a damn good question because, I mean, anybody else in this position would be fucking cooked by now. Conservative movement is losing me. Too many Candaces and Tuckers out there. Maintaining an organic garden independently, 48 plants, 15 gallon pots. Wow, people are giving like gardening instructions. Man, it is 7:15 in the PM, and I'm like ever so slightly elevated. I can't keep up with gardening instructions right now. You know what I'm saying? If you want to email me something, I'll be down to listen to an email or read an email down the line or something like that. But I'm not like taking gardening notes in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Favorite Robert Redford movie? Oh, that's got to be The Natural for me. I really, really, really liked the movie Spy Game. But The Natural, got to be. How do you feel about the apartment elephants? I don't know what the apartment elephants are. Watching from Australia. Well, thank you very much. Sting was a good movie. You are shocked that you made it to the live? Okay. Moose is out of here. Take it easy, Moose. Americans should start being members of the union because the workers have more power. There are many members of the union, and the Republicans have been union busting or attempting to union bust for years, and they've been gradually weakening unions over the course of my lifetime. What do you do for regular work? Content creation. That is my full-time job. The videos that you consume on YouTube, that is my full-time job. Have I ever smoked too much? I didn't think that was possible. Glad to see you on YouTube. Thank you very much. Been on YouTube for, I don't know, 9-10 months now. Actually, I've been on YouTube for years, but doing it really intensely for 9 or 10 months. It's not possible. What's not possible? FDJT. What's not possible? Oh, that you can smoke too much. Sorry. Yes. My bad. No, I didn't think that was a thing. I live in Louisiana, and unions aren't really a thing here. Well, I live up in the Chicagoland area, and they're very much a thing here. Real, thank you very much for the tip. I think that's €5. Hi, me again. Hope you're doing well. Here's a little extra from the. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Who sent me a friend request? Not anyway. What do you think about increasing restrictions on smoking in public? Well, smoking is the one thing that you can do in public that can harm other people. Secondhand smoke is a thing. So I don't have a problem with them restricting in public. You see me on your timeline often? Well, subscribe. It's free. Follow. I mean, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? We talk a lot about politics, a lot about weed, a little bit about music, some Gen X culture, Chicagoland history, food, travel, parenting, shit like that. It's kind of a little all over the place. I do a live every Tuesday night, and we just kind of fucking bullshit for the time being. I'm thinking about occasionally adding in a guest like I did with my podcast, but I don't know. I'm just kind of fucking dicking around with it. How much money do you make from live streams? Not very much. Just whatever anybody donates. That's what I make from live streams. There's no money in it for like views. I didn't think you'd want to talk about Fetterman's comments. I don't think I've seen Fetterman's comments. What did he say now? Just sub. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You left the talk and you're glad you're having me here. Well, I appreciate you being here. I want a taco truck that says Jesus loves you, as in Jesus. It was nice to catch you live. Thank you for reporting on the events happening. Christine Smith, are you from Newfoundland? So somebody's asking somebody else in the comment section, obviously. That. I think you said you make some dough via your merchandise sales. By the way, please get some FTT cups and other trinkets. I can work on the cups for sure. We had a whole bunch of stuff before. We had stickers and magnets and buttons and shit, and they didn't sell. The shirts sold. The hoodies sold. A couple of coffee mugs and some throw pillows sold. You know what I mean? Thank you for taking the time to keep us informed. I'm not keeping anybody informed. That's the thing, is I just fucking give you my opinion on the news of the day kind of thing. You like edibles? They don't have any effect on me, unfortunately. You like the shorts I make out here on YouTube? I make more money off of the long videos, 3 minutes and more. So please watch those more often. No, the puppets put away. I'm not going to dig them out at the moment. Your channel is getting popular. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. You give your opinions, but you bring the receipts. Bob Marley used to smoke the ganja. Have you ever had anyone recognize you in person from your videos? Yeah, frequently. In like weird places. Like in Jamaica at the fucking resort, walking into one of the 16 restaurants on the Sandals Resort, and there's a guy and his wife. He's like, just fucking love this guy. In line at the fucking J.C. Penney's, getting off the elevator on the cruise ship. Just like weird places. Yeah, I can't go to Costco without 3 people recognize me. That's the weird place. Like Costco seems to be where my people are. For reasons I can't get into, I can't wear a FDT shirt, but I'd definitely buy a cup, sticker, keychain, etc. Right on. Is J.C. Penney still a thing? Yes. Yes. I could pass for Santa in a weed store. You can call me Santifa. Go ahead, look, people need to a fucking clue, huh? I think U.S. McAngry veteran plays Santa Claus in his area. Thank you, Darkened Dreams, for joining the support level. I do have a subscription level here on YouTube. Before anybody goes and subscribe, please understand I don't do anything special for the people that are subscribers. I want all of my content to be free, so all of my content continues to be free. The subscription level is for people that just want to financially support what I do. So a handful of people on YouTube asked if I could start one. I did. So it's my obligation to pimp it out, because if you don't pimp yourself, nobody's going to pimp you. Do you watch anime? No, you had to take a break from Twitter. I am off of Twitter completely. What happened to the homeless camps? Where and what do you mean? Matt does play Santa every winter, I believe. He whitens up his beard a little bit more, and his eyebrows and his hair, and he plays a pretty cool Santa. Pimpin' ain't easy, so I've heard. Why did TikTok ban you? My main account? I have no idea. Probably too many old strikes. Your thoughts on Bluesky? It's okay. I use it to pimp out my YouTube content. The giant Trump lawn covering was Chef's Kiss? Yes, it was. They also projected an image of Trump and Jeffy up on the side of Windsor Castle, I believe. How do you control not eating too much when smoking? Clearly, I don't. I don't know what hit today, but we got a ton of orders today. That's like the 16th or 17th order coming in today. And for me, that's a lot in a day. So, Nick Fuentes is an interesting character. He's vile. Do you ever go camping? Not anymore. Are we still talking about Jeffrey? Yes, we are. So that Brother and sister on that podcast. Yes, the necessary conversation. I have a feeling their dad goes Grandpa Simpson and yells at clouds. Yeah, I could see that happening easily. He's nuttier than a squirrel turd. uh, Release the files. Yes, indeed. Is legal in Rhode Island. Oh, okay. Your T-shirts are much cheaper now in Canada. Thanks. Well, right on. I appreciate if you buy some. I used to be a conservative, and then I watched your videos for like a month, and then became a liberal. I changed you into a liberal? Jesus fucking Christ! How the hell did I do that? Favorite type of meat when eating Mexican tacos? All right, let's dial it back a minute here because this is important. I am still going to maintain that at the very top of that meat food pyramid rests chorizo. Fucking love chorizo. And obviously a good steak taco or a good shrimp taco is key. I don't normally do ground beef tacos. Obviously, if I'm getting from Taco Bell, I'll get some ground beef tacos, but I don't go to a Mexican joint and order ground beef tacos, except for the Mexican joint in the next town over in Monuca, Los Campesinos. They have the best beef tacos I've ever had. So when I go in there, I get 2 beef tacos, a steak taco, and a chorizo taco with a side of rice and some of that hot sauce that they got over there that they make fresh in the joint. Let me tell you something. You slap some of that on a nice fat chorizo taco. Maron. What is the hate sign about? This is Hate Street and Ashbury. This is the famous intersection in San Francisco, California, where the hippie subculture was born and continues to live to this day. The Grateful Dead lived 3 houses off of Haight and Ashbury. This is the hippie subculture intersection of the world since the early 1960s. And like I said, to this day, why, Kay, you don't need to be throwing out donations. I appreciate it, brother. Al Pastor is tremendous. Listen, I think that I would like El Pastor if we got rid of the onions. I can't do the onions, which is why I never do El Pastor, because you never can get El Pastor without onions. I can't do the onions. I can't do the onions. Anyway, yeah, Haight and Ashbury, San Francisco, California. YouTube that shit, Google that shit, check it out. Iman Hayes sends in $5 as a donation. There's a taco or two depending on where you go right there. Yeah, that neighborhood is called the Haight. Oh, lingua tacos are very tender. Yes, free Palestine. I agree, 100%. Unfortunately, I have no control over that. I'm 65, got some good stories about America back then. Haight and Ash, yes. Historians discovered that ambrosia, the food of the gods, was actually tacos. Really? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Fucking tacos. Fucking tacos are like fucking key. They're life. I don't like to drink. I'll maybe have 1 or 2 drinks a year, maybe. We go on a cruise. We go on we go to all inclusive to the fucking Sandals Resort in Jamaica. We don't touch the alcohol, you know. When they're 10 days, they don't have to do shit with the alcohol. I buy all the weed because it's fucking everywhere. From the moment you get off the plane, it's fucking everywhere. The guys handling your bag have it. The guys driving the bus have it. The guys handling your bag on the other end have it. The bellhops at the hotel have it. You fucking name it. Name the position, and you can find some weed there somewhere. So, hello from Canada. Right on. Do they have edibles? They got brownies, yeah. The MAGA Civil War is going to be fun, says YK as he sends in another $2 donation. You don't have to keep sending in money, brother. Well, there's that hat, and then of course there's the more cartoonish version of the hat. It's a lot of lettuce going on in this one. you know. So, somebody sent me that one. Just watched, what is this? Just watched Lysandra Vasquez with Earl Grey tea cross. Have you seen her content? I can't say as I have. Would I wear either hat in public? It depends on if there was an event I was going to. Like, I'm not just going to wear it to the grocery store. You know what I mean? I don't see that happening. Do you like Lady Gaga? I mean, I'm sure if I heard some of her songs, I'd probably like a few of them, but you know what I mean? I like the work she does for people. Do I like birria tacos? Yeah, I make a mean birria here. My wife and I make a mean birria. We have combined a few different recipes, like bits of this one and bits of that one, to create our own kind of birria thing. And when we do a big ass batch, so people have birria for days. What drink? Same as always, H2O, agua. That's some high quality H2O. Ice water with a backup cup of water to pour into the ice if I get the water down too low. I don't have a favorite guitar because I don't know how to play guitars. How do I feel about DEI? In what context? Drink a lot of water. So do I. Should ketchup go on a hot dog? I put ketchup on my hot dog, so my answer is yes. What are your thoughts on Governor Pritzker? I think he's done better than I expected him to do, and he's showing a lot of fucking sack and pushing back on this asshole. What is my opinion on Anthony Bourdain? I never really watched his show, so I don't really have an opinion on him. Seemed like an okay cat, you know? I mean, fucking A, he's traveling the world and eating a bunch of funky food with a bunch of cool ass people. I am sure when the camera stopped rolling, there was some level of herbage going on there in some way, shape, or form. So, but I mean, I don't have a positive or a negative opinion on the guy, you know what I mean? Tim Walz is running for re-election. I heard that. Mixing recipes to suit your taste, sign of an awesome cook. But I'm not an awesome cook. I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Trump gives me gas and I fart on MAGA in the store. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Do I think TikTok is done tomorrow? No. Robert Redford will be missed? Yes, he will be. I mean, listen, I don't know what to say. This motherfucker is gassing people out in the store. You know what I mean? To each their own. I can't tell him not to do. The fuck? I'm just some guy on you. I'm some guy with a phone and an internet connection. Yeah, I said I'm gonna go sit in my office on Tuesdays nights and fucking burn one and talk to the folks. And then you guys show up and we hear I'm fucking gas bombing MAGA in fucking Target. Fuck, you know what I mean? What do I do with that other than go, okay. Good luck to you. I hope your aim is well. I mean, nah, I know you're messing around. I'm just fucking around with you, man. Have you ever done dabs? No, because I'm afraid that my lungs are going to look like that submarine the billionaire took to the Titanic. In on itself. Run for president? That is not happening. That's no. New. Yeah, first of all, I wouldn't become anybody's major party ticket. Secondly, I'd wind up being like that motherfucker with the boot on his head screaming, the rent is too damn high. And lastly, yeah, if I even made it to candidate status, there would be an investigation because my wife would kill me because she ain't going through that shit. Not fucking happening. All right, and she's not even. They're not even gonna like fucking have to dig too deep. You know what I mean? Like she is gonna off me. They're gonna go, hey, did you? And she's gonna be like, pillow still on his face. Damn right I did. Vermin Supreme. There you go. What is it? I love how I miss something. You always catch it. Puff, puff, puff. Never mind. I'm holding the. What initially inspired you to start creating content? Friend's recommendation, wife saying you should. Okay, so here's my evolution of content creation. Back when I was working, I did a ton of content on Facebook and Twitter, the written content, memes, sharing news articles. I did next to nothing on Instagram, and I had this YouTube account, but I was like posting my landscape videos, like me mowing lawn, commercial lawns and shit like that. They're all still up, by the way. And so, and then I built what I thought was a nice little following on Facebook. I had 4,200 followers on Facebook, and I was doing a winter giveaway, my annual Christmas giveaway. Always found something to give away in some form of contest. And that year I had a stash box laser engraved with my old Hippie Media Company logo. And it had all kinds of little goodies, a little rolling tray in there and a little stash jar and all kinds of cool little stuff, right? And I put it up, for people to put their name in, and a whole bunch of people put their name in. And then on December 10th, 2020, the year of that giveaway, I caught a 30-day ban from Facebook for the dumbest reason, for a meme from like a year earlier. And let me just tell you what the meme was so that you understand what I caught a 30-day ban on. The meme was two pictures, one on top of each other. The picture on the top was somebody that, was holding like somebody was holding a product in a store and took a picture. So it's the picture of their hand and the product and the wall in the store there. And the product it was from a sex store. And the product was a little shelf that goes on the wall in your shower, so that your lady can put her foot up there and thus hike up one leg for easy access. And there's an image on the front of the box of a man and a woman in a shower, and she's got her leg up, but obviously everybody's turned in a manner that nothing is visible, right? That's the top picture. And then the bottom picture is whoever took that picture of that box, right? And they've got their foot up on the shelf in their shower, and they're shaving their leg, and it says "found a better use for it." That's the fucking meme. Those two pictures on top of each other. I caught a 30-day ban. December 10th, 2020. Now I can't give my fucking product away. I can't do my giveaway before Christmas because my ban lasts until after the new year, and I'm fucking pissed, right? I'm pissed. So I go over to Twitter. I go to my Twitter account, and I'm fucking doom scrolling on Twitter, and I come across a Laura Ingraham meme or a tweet, not a meme, a tweet, and I reply to her, and I call her an old hag, Laura Ingraham, and I received a lifetime ban on Twitter within minutes. So within a matter of 10 minutes, I received a 30-day ban on Facebook and a lifetime ban on Twitter. And I am pissed. And my wife looked at me and said, you should start a TikTok. Just go start scrolling over there and see what it's about. And I said, I don't do video content. And she said, just go start a TikTok account and go see what it's about. And so on December 10th, I started my main TikTok account, not this one. And I scrolled for a few days, and then I made a TikTok of my Christmas tree, and I scrolled for a few days, and I made a TikTok of my dogs and my Christmas tree. And then the new year came, and that was all the videos I had done. And then January 6th happened, and then I started taking my political content that I had been doing for 12 years on Facebook, but in the written form, and I started doing video content. And then all you fucking people showed up and started listening to it. And then I made the YouTube videos more often for this page. And then all you fucking people showed up again and started listening to it. And now here we are. Those are dumb reasons for bans. No shit. No shit. But yeah, that's how I got onto TikTok. And then that's how I started doing more content for ye old YouTube here. What do you think about people blaming Israel for everything, including the CKS? Oh, Jesus Christ. Are there people really blaming Israel for that? I just fucking people are nuts. Do you think Dems have any chance to win in 26 and or 28? Yes, they have a huge chance. I mean, this is historically speaking, this is a midterm that should swing the other way huge. The question becomes the far left. Are they going to fucking protest vote again, or are they going to actually show up and vote for Democrats? Because if everybody actually shows up and votes for Democrats, we will fucking own the Senate and the House. If we have people going, I don't know, they don't align with 100% of my views across the board, so I'm just going to abstain, and then a fucking Republican wins, then no. Then Donald Trump gets to finish his 2 terms doing whatever the fuck he wants because he has a Republican Congress. So, yeah, we have a hell of a chance to win in 26, a huge, epic chance to win in 26. It all depends on the far left. And the far left's going to go, it's all going to depend on the candidates that you pick. No, the candidates that we pick. We all go to a fucking primary, through a primary process, and we all go vote for our candidate. If yours doesn't win, that doesn't mean you tank the whole fucking ship. What do we have here? My house will have another voter by primaries next year. Congratulations. What do you predict for 26 election? I mean, once again, this is historically speaking, this should be a huge swing election for, towards the Democrats' way, towards their side. I mean, if people get their fucking heads out of their ass, it could be massive. The House of Representatives could swing by several seats. Listen, they're going to try to figure out a way to get him a 3rd term, but at the end of the day, the Constitution is clear. You don't get to run for a 3rd fucking term, period. You would like to add the term unmitigated sack into the dictionary? Write a strongly worded email. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to get a hold of somebody and go, hey, listen, fuck sticks. We need to make this happen. Honestly, do you see your grandparents voting? Hang on a second. Honestly, do you see your grandparents voting for Trump? I don't. My grandparents are fucking dead, man. I'm next up. Remember when you're a kid and your parents are dealing with your grandparents because your grandparents are the oldest one in the family and they're on deck for death, and your parents are the ones dealing with all of that bullshit, but you don't really see all of it because you're a kid, and then your grandparents die, and then next thing you know, your parents are the grandparents. They're the next ones on deck, and you look around and all of a sudden you're the one dealing with the elderly people, your parents, and your kids are the ones that are down there. Well, I'm on deck. You know what I mean? My grandparents and parents are dead. My wife still has her parents. Very, very fortunate for that. She's not quite there yet. She's still in that middle generation because that older generation is still alive. Mine are gone. All my grandparents, my parents, they're all gone. So, on my branch of the family tree, it's me and my brother. And our combined 7 children. Do I think I'll ever shave my beard? Not at this point in time, no. Sandwich generation takes care of others. Yes. People say smoking pot is cool, but smoking tobacco is not. Yeah. Out of all the famous celebrities that smoke, who would you want to smoke with? I don't know. I honestly don't know. The beard is your trademark at this point. Yeah, it kind of is. Your wife is a Sammy like me. Exactly. What's your favorite movie? The Godfather, Part 1. I'm 49. I'm lucky enough to have both my parents. So, congratulations. That is good for you. My parents are with me 24/7 in their urns. My father is back there. He's in an urn back there on the shelf. Um, I don't know what the fuck they did with my mom when she died, but they did something with her. Do you like Will Ferrell? Of course. How did you get into content creation? Already did that story just a few minutes ago. Sorry. In any case, YK, stop with the donations, my man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. What's my plan for Hawaii 26? Which I didn't say we were going to Hawaii in 26. I said that we would like to go to Hawaii sometime here in the future. 26 is not going to be an option. I don't see that happening. The life and times of Judge Roy Bean. Thoughts on Canada? I dig it. The people are very, very friendly. I'd like to go see more of Canada. I'd like to, go up to Toronto and surprise my friend Joe from Unlearned 16, and then maybe spend the rest of a long weekend over at Niagara Falls. Thank you very much, Mr. Nobody, for the $10 donation. Your videos keep me sane by laughing. Thanks. Do you really believe free and fair elections will happen in the midterms? I think Trump is going to let. I don't think. Yes, I think it's going to happen to a degree. States run the elections. He is going to try and fuck with them. But I think that for the most part, we are going to have a fair and free election. In the lives, but I'm very happy with the start so far. Very happy. Do I think Kirk's killer will be executed? Without question. It's Utah. Then again, I don't know. Do they have? Can somebody Google that? My knee-jerk reaction was, of course they have the death penalty, but they're a really religious state too, so I don't know. Maybe. Bluesky. I already said I don't know. They do from the sounds of it. They are seeking the death penalty. Okay, yeah, so then he's gone. He's gone. Capital punishment is legal in Utah. Yeah, firing squad. Yeah, he's dead then. He's never getting out of prison. He's going to die there. Did you get a visit from Jehovah's Witnesses? No. Today they said they would seek it. I think they do have the death penalty. Yes, firing squad, one less libtard, except he's not a liberal. I mean, I don't understand what part of this you guys are having an issue with. Everything that he said in his various chat rooms was not liberal. And then his mom, after he shoots somebody, goes, oh yeah, he's liberal. Yeah, I'm not buying it. You can surf and ski on the same day. There you go. Howdy from Canada. Aloha from Chicagoland. Is the bird on your deck bugging you still? He's not on my deck. They live in the trees out there. Or they hang out in the trees out there because we feed them off the deck. Oh, God. From San Diego, yes. Trump said his supporters are stupid, in so many words. Ann Arbor, Michigan, how you doing? Ann Arbor is the party town in the summertime. Salt Lake City is a beautiful city, but very strange. Yeah, there's a lot of shit west of the Mississippi that's very strange. A lot. And I dig it. I'm down for it. What's up, Tom from Wilmington, California? What's up? My THC levels. Mikey, how you doing? I should try poutine up there. My wife tried poutine. Wasn't really a fan of it. Maybe it might have been the place, though. We went to White Spot. Yeah, the argument is that the guy who assassinated Charlie Kirk was radicalized in college by liberals in college. I want you just to think about this for a moment before anybody types anything. The argument that the GOP is making is that he was raised conservative by a very conservative family, by a Republican family, by a Trump supporting family, but he became radicalized by liberals in college. He attended the eighth most conservative college in the nation for one semester. Then he went to trade school for 3 years. So are you telling us that there are a shit ton of liberals at the eighth most conservative college and they're so good at turning people that they did it in a semester? Are you telling us that he got radicalized at trade school, or are you so full of shit that your fucking eyes are brown? It's not happening. The guy lived in far right wing chat rooms. The guy left far right wing messages. He comes from a far right wing family. He was raised around guns, a family that was practically fanatical about guns. He dressed like right wing characters for Halloween. All of it. No, you want to know who radicalized him? In my opinion, Nick Fuentes radicalized him. You'd be doing better if you was me. I can understand that. I can understand that. Sometimes you just have one of those days, weeks, months, or quarters. You know what I'm saying? What's your genuine opinion on guns in the U.S.? It's out of fucking control, but there's nothing we can do about it at this point in time. There's very little we can do about it. If we enact laws now in a generation or two, we can have an impact, but there are 1.4 guns for every man, woman, and child in this country. The toothpaste is out of the fucking tube on that one. I learned way too. It's amazing that they're still trying to say it's the Dems. Yes. What do you think about John Wayne Gacy? What do you think John Wayne Gacy would think of the world were he alive today? I have no idea. I mean, who the fuck knows what goes on in the mind of a guy who kills 33 young men and boys? I'm gonna have to Bogart to join. I'm here alone. I'm fucking solo. Solo. Where's everyone at? Well, nobody hangs out in here. Are you getting extra large FTT back shirt soon? What does that even mean? I dare you to try and take my guns. Nobody wants to take your guns. Nobody said anything about taking your guns. Jesus Christ. Think about that. Think about that. We're talking about yet another gun death, a high profile gun death. And what's your reaction? Don't dare come and take my guns. It's stunning. Is that a Keith Haring artwork? Those are Keith Haring doors, closet doors, that my daughter, who is now 20, will be 21 at the end of this month, painted. These were her closet doors. She painted this on her closet doors. And then she went off to college, and her brother got her room, and he did not want these fucking doors. But instead of having them painted over, and because I had no doors in this room in the office, I moved them into here to preserve them. Right, the whole conversation about pew-pews has started. Dude, love your videos and content. Just thought I'd tell you, really wanted the shirt with all the vibrant hues of red so I can frame it for historical reasons. What? Are you talking about Charlie's shirt? Yeah, can't get on board with that. Sorry. Um, keep reporting. I'm gonna keep making videos. That's for sure. Daniel Tosh once said, "People with the most at least protect nobody." Yeah, fair enough. How much were you able to deduct your cruise vacation as a business expense? I don't know. That happens next year at tax time. That's up to the accountant. The accountant knows how much of what to do. You jumped into a right wing stream accidentally for a moment. It's spooky, right? You jump in and you're like, wow, what the fuck happened? And then you just kind of like back out. I remind you of your ex-father-in-law, okay, from Chicago Ridge. That venti fan you have looks fucking handy. It is fucking handy. This fan right here, this fan right here is the fucking shit. I'm gonna tell you right now. This thing rocks. Excuse me about that. That was uncalled for. Shouldn't have done it. My bad. Was it a relaxing, fun cruise? Yes. Um, we had a couple of excursions. There were a couple of sea days. Um, yeah, overall, it was a good cruise. We went through the Inside Passage on day one. Then we had a day in Ketchikan where we walked around and did some shopping. Then there was a day in Sitka where we decided to stay on the ship and use it as a pool day, the indoor pool. And then there was a day in Juneau where we had a whale watching tour followed by a salmon bake. And then there was a day in Hoona at Icy Point Strait where we did the gondola ride to the top of the mountain. Then the next day was the day in Disenchantment Bay seeing Hubbard Glacier. And then the next day we were off the ship. How was the salmon? I didn't try it. Renee said it was phenomenal. Can I get your autograph? Sure. Viva Mexico. Right on. Did you get to partake in any giggle bush on vacay? No, that's a no on the cruise ship. You don't do this on the cruise ship. They say no for you. You do it, they kick you off. I have no drawer whatchamacallits, man. That's fucking brutal. But neither do I. I don't have any drawer whatchamacallits at the current point in time. I do have the little wafer cookies. This one is broken. It's wafer cookies. I've done a podcast with Hawk. I would obviously do a live stream with Hawk. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, if you guys know people out there that have shows that are looking for guests, I'm always down to appear. Absolutely, I'm down for the conversation. I'm down for the boost. All of it. You used to live in Fairbanks. It's a whole different world. It certainly seemed like it. We had, from what everybody told us, we had unprecedentedly good weather. Now we were actually looking forward to a little bit of cold and rain. We packed appropriately. We dressed appropriately. But then it turned out to be actually warm. It was, first of all, we got no rain at all, period. Secondly, it was sunny every single day, like full sun almost every single day. And then it was like in the 70s, upper 60s, low 70s. One day it reached 80. So like everybody kept saying, you have the best weather for this, you have the best weather for that. Yeah, but we were looking forward to some of that Alaska weather. You know what I'm saying? You're thinking of making some medicated fruit and nut chocolate bars soon. Well, measure properly. Yo, you a fan of Little Feet? I mean, they're all right. Alaska is effing beautiful. It is. Colorado is still beautifuler. But yes, Alaska is stunning. Half the country is cheering on, silencing the other half. Yeah, we're in really bad times right now. We really are. Just noped out of TikTok. It just got bought by Oracle and will be separated from the world. Yeah, I'm going to stick with it because it's good for creation and editing. It's the best place to create and edit videos. So you can create and edit videos there and then upload them to private and just be able to capture the video to be able to put it on places like YouTube. Why do you think Colorado is more beautiful than Alaska? The mountains are more majestic. I think that's really what it is. We were looking at we went to the top of one of these mountains that was 1,300 feet, right? They started 13,000 in Colorado. I mean, it's just a whole different ballgame. Is it possible there could be another civil war? Anything's possible. Do I think it's actually going to happen? No, I don't. Am I on another hour? No, I usually go a few minutes past though. I would, yeah. When we go back, I'd love to see Denali. And I will say this: Alaska is a red state. So politically speaking, obviously, Alaska is red. And we all know that Donald Trump officially changed the name of the mountain from Denali to Mount McKinley. It was originally Denali, then it was McKinley, then it was Denali again, and then Trump changed it back to McKinley. It was really refreshing seeing the locals up there, even though it's a red state, the locals up there referring to it as Denali. They don't call it McKinley. They don't give a shit what Trump calls it. To them, it's Denali. And I thought that was pretty cool. No, I doubt that the car Denali is going to change their mind. We're in a quasi-cold civil war. Yeah, we're in a really weird spot. Like, really fucking weird. And I don't know what the fuck's going to come of it. I just know that for the next few years, it's going to remain weird. Until he's gone, it's going to remain weird. Now, what happens once he's gone? Well, it depends on how he goes, right? Does he go quietly? Does he go, all right, my time's up. I'm going to hand off the torch, and JD Vance is going to run now in 2028, and we're all going to get behind him? Or is he gonna try and blow the whole thing up because he's Trump and he can't fucking handle anybody else having the spotlight? There's a lot riding on that. Right now, JD Vance is running for the nomination in 2028, but he's doing it quietly because of all the talk about Trump 2028. He can't come out. JD Vance can't come out and go, all right, I'm running. I'm throwing my hat in the ring, right? I'm the heir apparent here. He can't do it because of Trump's ego. So, who the hell knows, man? Go quietly like Jan 6? Yeah, not even fucking close, obviously. If Trump doesn't go quietly, right, and he tries to blow the whole thing up, but he can't run for a third term, but he's acting like an asshole, who wants to step into that role? You know what I mean? Does he go ahead and support JD Vance in a run? I mean, remember where his last VP is? Who the fuck knows? So, God, who knows what the fuck is going to happen when this is all said and done with and he's gone. But it'll be weird while he's gone, while he's still here. Once he's gone, he is a unique and dynamic personality. There will be people that'll try to mimic it, that'll try to play off of it, but nobody will be like him. Locals up here are pissed, telling us it's McKinley, it's frickin' Denali. Do you believe Trump is going to make it that far? I'm more and more inclined to say that I doubt he makes it that far, given his age and health, but we have to operate under the assumption he's going to make it 4 years. Yeah, who the hell? I don't think he will, but who the hell knows? We're in. Well, they're going by fast. My apologies. His face was at half staff. Oh Jesus. Cash and Burn Patel just had a shouting match. Listen, it was a brutal hearing with Patel. He's fucking up fast and picking up steam. Rosario Bali, thank you very much for joining the support level. I do appreciate it. Every dime helps me continue to do what I do. So anybody that signs up to be a member, a subscriber, a member, my apologies. I do thank you very much. Maybe Cash is going to be the first one that's going to be jettisoned. Who the fuck knows? He's pissing off even Republicans, so. Well, the Espresso Jack, that's exactly what he did say. You know? It's weird. That's this dude, Patel, was 100% listen, on day one, you release the files. That's what happens. We get in there, and on day fucking one, we release the files. And then Donnie was like, yeah, but here's the deal. I'm in those files, so you're going to pretend like those fucking files don't exist. And he did a complete fucking 180. Get in there on day one and release the fucking files to... What fucking files are you talking about? I mean... Wow. You know? Fucking wow. Anyway, I think there might be either an ice cream cone or a bowl of tapioca pudding. Don't fucking laugh at me. I don't give a shit if it's an old man treat. I don't fucking care. It's awesome. There might be either one of those waiting for me with my name on it in the other room at some point in time here in the extraordinarily near future. So get your last licks in now before we wrap this son of a bitch up. Yeah, see, there's an ice cream cone. I know that we have so we buy those ice cream cones where there's like a few vanillas, a few with a fudge stripe, and a few with a caramel stripe, and I get the caramel stripes, right? So I know that there's at least one of them motherfuckers in there with like a chocolate cookie crunch on the top of that son of a bitch. But like I said, there's also some tapioca pudding up in this motherfucker. I just fucking like pudding, you know what I mean? So, anyway, I will see you guys on the other side. Thank you for stopping by. Please get as many people as you know to subscribe to the channel and to watch the videos, please. The numbers have been extraordinarily encouraging, and I thank you guys very much.